Hey everybody, this
Hey,
is. Oh, you can do it.
hey everybody, this is Team Demon Kitty. Last week went weirdly smoothly, although Tigiri is kind of a dick, but frankly, like, that was really normal. Also, Zebedee is kind of an asshole. But yeah, so, last week was weirdly peaceful on Alternia. This week, hopefully still so.
Yeah,
Just so long as we don't
I
make...
had to put the S word in the title for this because I can't use the S word. It's a word that we substitute chimp for, and it starts with an S. When this goes on YouTube, inevitably it's going to be the S word, but yeah.
In this episode, who are we meeting? I don't even know. I have no idea what's happening.
Oh, okay, well, you're gonna find out then. It'll be fun, hopefully. Alright, let's get started. I know one of them is Malik, but, the other one is, I guess we'll find out. Okay, the other one's, Lanera. He's, like, the S word for another
Alright, who's
character.
narrating?
Yeah, I'll
Another
narrate this.
night. Another...
Oh, you can narrate it,
What?
actually. You can narrate it, yeah.
Another night. Another long, long walk. Despite the blisters, you have started to feel truly optimistic. You've got a lot going for you these days.
Well,
True, you're still technically a castaway on a hostile planet with absolutely no hope of rescue. But if you're completely honest, Earth was pretty shitty too.
this is true.
Sure, 98% of everyone here is a psychopath. Well, no, about 20% of them are sociopaths who would rip your face off as soon as look at you. But it's the other 2% that are really gonna make it all worth it.
Well, alright, wait, why does she have knives? Is she giving me another secret serial killer character? Why does she have knives? She didn't, oh shit, I'm getting weird vibes from that. What? Why does she have knives?
I'm getting a weirdly Danganronpa vibe from this. Speaking as someone who never played the games or watched anything associated with it.
But she was just like a casual chimp and like Hiveswap. She wasn't like murdering anybody as far as I know. I'm scared. Slightly. Well, not scared, but I'm like
Should
intrigued.
should should we start with the fear?
I don't know. Like they're both good characters. You really can't go wrong. I think. Oh, I'm not sure. I know Lunera as well as I thought, but yeah. Let's start with Lunera. Let's see if she turns out to be a secret serial killer or something. Um.
Let's see how we die this time.
Yep. Okay, do you want
I
me to
guess I'll
narrate her?
narrate.
Wait, can I voice Lanera?
Yes,
Okay, thank you.
so I'll narrate.
Yeah.
You've had such good luck making friends lately that you feel almost popular, but at the same time, you feel a strange sense of loneliness that new friendship doesn't seem to penetrate. Maybe being the only one of your species light years away from home is starting to catch up with you. Or
Oh,
maybe you're
well,
starting to
one
understand
second.
why
Sorry,
popular
there's
kids in movies...
interference in the background. Sorry, one second. Well, one sec. Some people outside are just randomly screaming. Just kind of ignore it. Well, let's keep going.
Maybe being the only one of your species light years away from home is starting to catch up with you. Or maybe you're starting to understand why popular kids in movies sometimes seem sad.
Oh, okay.
A number of trolls now like you, but do any of them truly know you? Well, they would if you didn't just bullshit your way into their affections, act completely selfishly, and pretend to be whoever you think they want.
Yes, this is very true. This is like incredibly true.
What you wouldn't give to hang out with someone who you have a real history with. Someone with whomst, that's not a word. You don't have to do the introductory dance of, yes, I'm clearly an alien. No, I don't know what's going on.
Well,
Someone with whomst, that's still not a word. You could reminisce about old times. Someone you've hung out with more than once. Well, you know, we
well,
know enough people now. We could just hang out with one of them again. Like,
we
I don't know, go back and visit Skilla. She was nice.
or go back and visit Kairava because they literally offered to have you back over. Like,
Or hang with Aznaja, because he was just kind of awesome.
yeah,
Or, you
there's a
know,
lot of options here.
or like we could hang out with Chahoot and hope we don't get murdered.
That's also a good option.
Right now you're on the outskirts of town, and the rocky outcrops surrounding you are familiar. You're pretty sure that the entrance to the Brooding Caverns is around here somewhere.
Well,
Your heart beats a little faster. Branya lives close to here, and talk about history. You two know each other deeply from hanging out once and then seeing her again in her ex-mate's Hive. Plus, you have a phone now. You have the power to text first. You get out the phone Connell gave you. Look at you go, reading an alien language and operating alien technology just fine. Does it make sense that you've learned how to read a new alphabet in weeks without anyone teaching you? Not really, but maybe your struggle with Spanish class in high school were just a fluke and you've been a secret linguistic genius this whole time. Well, I actually am, but... Branya texts you back immediately, giving you directions for how to meet her in the caves. You head down, but before the Jade Blood Hive is in sight, a troll emerges from the shadows. At first you think it's Branya, but you freeze mid-wave when this new troll steps into the light. Branya doesn't wear glasses, and she's never glared at you like that.
it's you. I remember you. You were down here a few weeks ago, bothering Brody and distracting her when we almost had a Lucis stampede. She's right. She's not wrong,
Yeah,
actually.
it's
She's
true.
she's right.
Wait, the knives are dating sim hearts.
Oh, they are. You're right.
Ouch. Is that really how Branya had described your adventures together? I mean, she wouldn't be wrong.
She wouldn't be.
Maybe it's silly for something that small to hurt your feelings when another recent friend nearly got you killed in clown church, but you like to think you and Branya formed a real connection. She never made you feel like you were bothering her. Well, yeah, she's nice in person like that.
Yeah. A real connection? Is that why you think you can just come down here and text her? Oh, okay.
This is some yandere-ass shit right here.
It is. Yeah, it's clearly under.
Holy shit. Is Lynera reading Branya's messages? Does Branya know she's been doing that? No.
That's none of your business. Branya and I are best friends. I'm just looking out for her. She has a lot of Jade Blood responsibilities and doesn't need anyone shifty coming in to disrupt her.
You have to wonder if Branya would agree with this statement made on her behalf. And you sure would like to see her in person and confirm for yourself.
Oh, you like that, wouldn't you? Why don't you tell me what is the nature of your relationship? Why should I allow you to hang out with her, as your text message so boldly suggested? Okay.
Bluffing has saved your ass in some bleak situations before, but you could also go on the offensive here. You're concerned about Branya's privacy now, and as her friend, maybe you shouldn't just look the other way.
Yeah, this is actually kind of true.
Yes, Lappy is actually doing the right thing for once.
They are. Hold up, my ear fell off. That sounds like a weird sentence, but, yeah, it did. Okay, let me save, because I have a feeling this is going to be a tough choice. Let me save this. Also, hello to our one person watching, but, yeah. Okay, well, I clicked out of it for a second. Okay. Close menu. Oh, what should we pick? Well, what should we pick?
Okay, both of these are liable to get us murdered right the fuck now. So I legit, like, this is actually a good question because in this case it's not a matter of, well, there's a clear logical thing to do, but the logical thing might turn out wrong for some reason I can't possibly predict. There's no way of knowing which one of these is a better decision. Like, we could make wild claims to try and save ourselves,
I
but
think,
she might just
like,
kill us for that. We could
see,
also ask what right does she have to creep on Bronya's phone, but she's just as likely to kill us for that.
I'm gonna go with that one because, like, it kind of implies that we're not a direct threat. As much. I feel like that might be a safer option. I don't know for sure. It could get us killed, but let's try it.
You puff up with self-righteousness. You can, or with all the self-righteousness you can muster. The nature of your relationship with Bronya is between you and Bronya, and you're not doing anything suspicious by wanting to see your friend. In fact, it seems a lot more suspicious that Lanera is trying to intercept anyone who messages Bronya. What possible reason could she have to justify that?
Wow, I never, as I said before, I'm Bronya's best friend. I take our friendship, I mean my responsibilities as a friend, very seriously.
You press the issue, narrowing your eyes. Also, it said relationship, not friendship. You
Oh, it
press the
did.
issue, narrowing your eyes and crossing your arms over your chest. Her responsibilities as a friend, huh? Sounds kind of fishy.
Fishy?
Well, no, that...
It's not on this planet.
Yeah, fishy means something different here.
It does. Are you serious right now? Are you really coming down here making fish puns like some kind of sea dweller? That is so suspicious. Who knows what Bronya decided to show you when you tricked her to trusting you? Not that we have anything to hide, but who knows? If you're all associated with sea dwellers, then we have a pretty big problem on our hands, don't we?
You've heard of sea dwellers by now, but none of your friends have talked about them much. Mostly you've gathered that they dwell in the sea. You don't know why it would be extra bad for you to be one of them, but it's clear you need to backpedal. Before you can try to disown your choice of fish-related phrasing, Lanera advances on you.
Obviously, I can't let you talk to Bronya now. You're way too suspicious. I think you and I should have a private conversation instead.
At least your life is uneventful when you're unconscious.
Oh shit.
She has a yandere dungeon?
Apparently. Yeah.
I mean, I suppose technically those wall shackles could be for something else, but this appears to be a yandere dungeon.
It does.
When you come to, you're sitting on a chair with your wrists tied. As your eyes adjust to the darkness, you realize that you're in a smaller cave than the big open caverns that led to the Jade Blood Hive.
Well,
A light switches on, and you can see that the cave walls are lined with bookshelves, and there's a desk in the corner. There are books and notebooks and bulletin boards with what look like outlines and study guides pinned to them. And in front of you is Lanera, holding a knife.
well. Oh Good, you're awake. This is my study cave. Oh, okay, sure. The study cave. In the J-Blood Hive, it's harder to concentrate because people break the rules and I get irritated. So I come here to do homework. That's all, just homework. Yes, clearly just homework. With like an Iron Maiden and like, club. It's homework.
When you take a second to look at the bulletin boards, you see that a lot of what Linera has pinned up are pictures of Bronya. There are a few pictures of Linera and Bronya together, but it's mostly just Bronya by herself. And even a couple blurry photographs of Bronya and Elward.
What are you looking at? There's nothing to see here.
You mean aside from the Iron Maiden, and the blood-stained club, and the wall shackles?
Yeah, there's nothing but that.
She brandishes the knife in your face, and okay, yeah, sure. Now she and her gigantic knife have your full attention, and you're not looking at her creepy Bronya shrine anymore. To be fair, there are certain scenarios where where a troll girl dragging me into a dungeon wouldn't be the worst thing that could happen.
That's true.
But this isn't that.
Yeah. That's true. I brought you here because your messages to Bronya were highly suspicious. I don't know you and I don't trust you. You could be trying to see Bronya for nefarious purposes. So I brought you here to vet you. Now we can talk about what your real intentions are. Okay. Cool.
So, you're definitely going to die in this cave, held captive by an unhinged Jadeblood who was convinced of your guilt from the moment you dared to text her best friend. That kind of sucks. You tried so hard and you got so far, but in the end, it didn't even matter.
Oh, come on, stop playing the victim. If anyone's a victim here, it's me. I try so hard to be there for Brody as her best friend, but she doesn't even...
Linera stops abruptly. You see her lower lip start to tremble before she turns her face away from you. The sharp tip of the knife pointed at your throat drops a bit. Its dejected swing takes it dangerously close to your navel, and you try to subtly lean backwards in your chair. Linera interrupts the noise of distress that escapes your mouth interprets the noise of distress that escapes your mouth as a noise of sympathy.
It's fine, though. Really, it's fine. Our friendship is great. I wouldn't change anything about it. It's fine, as long as she doesn't have any other friends. Because I'm her best friend. I should be the only one she needs. Oh, okay. Okay, then.
Linera's knife is now completely lowered, pointing at the floor. That gives you some hope. She seems to have forgotten about her Sea Dweller suspicions. Maybe if you can keep her talking about Bronya, the whole stabbing notion can be taken off the table, and she might even let you go. You rack your brain for all the knowledge of alternating relationship dynamics that you've managed to compile during your time on this planet. Best friends. They have a special word for that, right? You tell Linera that you're sure Bronya doesn't need anyone else. If she and Bronya are Moirels, then Linera must be very special to her. That was the wrong thing to say.
It was. What? I never said we were Moirels. It's not even the quadrant I want her in. I mean, never mind that. How dare you make assumptions?
Hello, knife point again. Oh shit. All you meant to say was that you thought her relationship with Bronya was probably fine. You figured they must be in a quadrant together because you're a clueless alien. You're bad.
I get why you would think that. It's probably so obvious that my feelings for her are very red.
Linera hangs her head, and her shoulders shake. Tears roll down her cheeks, dripping onto her crisp shirt collar and the knot of her jade green tie.
I know I don't have a chance. She doesn't think of me that way. I'm her loyal friend and second in command. That's all I'll ever be, no matter what. I try to do a really good job at being her best friend, because what else can I do? I'm her best friend, then at least I'm still in her life. At least I mean something to her. Okay.
Maybe it's just the fact that Lanera's knife hasn't come close to any of your major arteries for a hot minute, or maybe it's the tears. Either way, you feel sympathy encroaching on the monopoly that abject terror had previously maintained in your brain's economy.
Well,
You've acted as a verbal sounding board or a sympathetic ear for some of your other troll friends while they dealt with crises of various kinds. Slipping into the role of therapist for someone who's holding you hostage at knife point is a new one for you, but unfortunately it's not that much of a stretch. It seems like young trolls on Alternia have to deal with these heavy life issues by themselves, feeling so alone that they're willing to turn to an alien stranger to help them work things out. Then again, maybe life is that grim and isolating for human teenagers too, and you just never noticed before. Maybe everyone's too mired in their own shit to look up and realize that Moo Beast fecal matter is waist high for everyone around them too. You clear your throat and speak with as much consoling gentleness as you can muster while your head still throbs from where Lanera knocked you out. Seems like trying to be Bronya's best friend isn't making Lanera very happy.
of course it isn't making me happy. I can't keep her from having other friends no matter how hard I try. She's amazing, so of course everyone wants to be her friend. Including you, apparently. Okay.
You barely even had a chance to miss that knife before it's waving around again. Yikes! Your friendship with Bronya is nothing like her relationship with Lanera. You don't count as any kind of competition. Bronya is one of many friends to you, and while you cherish her and support her endeavors, you appreciate the joy and fulfillment that can come from having many different friends instead of depending on a single person to meet all your emotional needs.
Sounds fake. Why would I ever want any friends besides Bronya? She's my whole world.
Okay, but it seems like it's painful for Lanera to be relying on Bronya to be her whole world when Bronya isn't doing the same in return. Has Lanera ever talked to Bronya about any of this?
No, never. I'm terrified to tell her how I feel. Being her best friend feels awful, but losing her would be so much worse. I can't take that risk.
But if Lanera never talks to Bronya about her feelings, she'll always be unhappy because she wants more. Even if she thinks that it's unlikely that Bronya feels the same way, maybe open communication with her friend could help Lanera process her feelings and move on. You know that Lanera has a big heart, or blood pusher, and many fine qualities, and she doesn't deserve to be stuck in this unhappy, unrequited relationship purgatory forever. I mean,
Wow.
I don't know.
Well, you really think I have fine qualities?
You try very hard not to think about the glint of that knife. Sure, Lanera has positive qualities. She seems loyal, and well-organized, and studious, and caring. I don't know, this place isn't super organized. Some troll out there is going to want the same kind of closeness from her that Lanera is looking for, and she owes it to herself to take actions that could lead to happiness instead of being stuck in a sad situation forever.
I don't know. Maybe you're right or maybe you're wrong, but I don't want to move on. Even if I know I should, I just want to be with Bronya forever.
Lanera crumbles to the ground, dropping the knife and sobbing into her hands.
Oh.
It's hard to watch someone in this much distress and not want to help them, but on the other hand, her misery has distracted her, and this might be your only chance to try to escape.
Okay, I'm gonna save. I don't know.
Okay, 2 points on this. Point
Yeah.
first, we're tied to a chair, and Slappy is kind of a wuss at the best of times. I don't think we're gonna escape. Point the second, attempts to comfort and make friends with someone who's holding you hostage and murdering you is what Slappy would do.
It is. Let's pick that. Well, let's choose that option, I guess.
You remember what you did for Polypa when she was upset. Sitting in a chair with both hands tied behind you doesn't make for ideal shoosh-papping conditions, but maybe you can approximate the gesture? Linnea is huddled crying on the floor, and you think you could maybe get close enough to lean your knees against her back or something? Hopefully that would be interpreted in the same way as the classic palm-to-cheek move. You inch your chair closer to her, but you lose your balance and wobble and then topple forward. Linnera's discarded knife is right there, sharp edge ready to plunge right into your incoming soft body. But then Linnea moves quickly and grabs your chair and saves your life.
Oh shit, that was a close one. He really could have died.
She stares at the knife with huge round eyes, clearly shaken up by your near-death experience just now. Considering how often you nearly die these days, you feel more blasé about it, but you're glad it's having an impact on her if it makes her rethink the whole kidnap and stab thing.
That's true. That's very true. I'm so sorry. I don't want you to actually die. I saw what you were doing with that chair when you fell. You're trying for the traditional seated front high shush pat because I was upset. It's very kind of you to try to console me. I never really thought you were a sea dweller, you know? Maybe what I'm doing is wrong.
Linnea sets her jaw with conviction, and with one slash cuts you free of your bonds. You get to your feet, stumbling a bit because your leg fell asleep. You can't believe you're getting out of this situation without any blood loss. You feel positively elated about this turn of events, but Linnea still looks sad.
Well, you're free to go.
Rond?
You must think the worst of me after all this.
Well, you're not going to lie. This wasn't the best start to a friendship you've ever had, but horrifyingly enough, it also wasn't the worst.
That's true.
Well, it wasn't the worst. Well, we've had worse failures, but what was a worse start?
That's also true.
You feel for Linnea and want to show her how a real friend-making aficionado gets out there and meets people. You think making new friends could help her feel less clingy about Rania.
Oh, you really do that for me? I'm not so sure about new friends, but you do seem to know what you're talking about.
You don't know where to go with Linnea to teach her how to make new friends. She's probably a bit too uptight to enjoy the music clubs you've been to, and you don't think that trolls studying in the book hive would take kindly to a lot of loud, friendly conversation. You decide to go to the cafe that Elward introduced you to. Thankfully, they're not having an excessive bodily force poetry night, since you're not sure that would be Linnea's scene.
I think this is a good decision.
There are a number of ceruleans here, but you also spot a few indigos and teals, and a cluster of defiant-looking olive bloods with some yellow all sitting together. Yellows. The crowd is overall less pierced and undercutted than it was when you were here with Elward, and the vibe is laid back, with all the trolls just sitting around and quietly chatting. You order the drinks, already taking for granted your newly acquired skill in reading troll language. Linnea is fidgeting when you sit down with her.
This may come as a shock to you, but I don't get out of the caverns very much. Yeah. I don't have time. There's so much to... What?
That teal blood in the corner is the same one who was here before.
That's true.
Does she live here?
I guess so. I don't have time. There's so much to learn about jade blood life and troll reproduction, and Brona needs my help to maintain order. It's not very often that I have to, interact with trolls of other blood colors.
You're not sure what's making her uncomfortable. The trolls around here that are lower than her on the hemo spectrum or those that are higher. You've worked out by now that jades are right in the middle, so maybe Linnea identifies with neither the haves nor the have-nots. From what you remember, neutrality is a big concept with jades. You assure Linnea that it's natural to feel a little nervous. Most people feel like they're stepping out of their comfort zone. Most people feel like they're stepping out of their comfort zone when they make a new friend. If there's one thing you've learned as Alternia's resident friend-making expert, it's that terror and embarrassment are par for the course, but it's worth it in the end.
I'm not nervous or embarrassed, I just don't know. Everyone seems so disorganized and suspicious and untrustworthy and unknown.
You have to bite your lip to keep from laughing, and it's not even funny, it's just that Lanera is hissing all her words and leaning in towards you and glaring at the rest of the room, and the overall effect is weirdly endearing. Well, that is one word. Like someone put a 1950s school uniform on a feral cat.
Well,
before you can try again to reassure her, a new troll ambles up to your table. She looks friendly. That's a friendly amble. She's wearing glasses and carrying a book bag that has a teal symbol on her chest. So this might be a nerd like Lanera. This could be a good new friend match.
hi guys. I think I've seen you around before. Do you also study at the book hive?
You open your mouth to invite this new friend to sit down, but before you can respond, Lanera interjects.
That's not any of your business, is it? Why do you even want to know? Obviously, anyone who goes to the book hive to study goes there for peace and quiet. So why would you think you can bother us just because you've recognized us from there? Oh, okay, geez. My bad, never mind. See you around never.
And just like that, a golden opportunity for friendship has gone up in a puff of smoke. What was Lanera thinking? Being so rude? Doesn't she want to learn how to make friends?
I changed my mind, okay? There's no way I can be friends with any of the people here. I don't know them. Not like I know you.
You're surprised to hear that Lanera feels so positive about you when she was ready to stab you an hour ago. She takes your hand in both of her hands, squeezing your fingers tight.
I know we didn't get off to a great start. That's my fault, but I can make it up to you. We're friends now. We'll be best friends forever. And I will kill anyone who ever even thinks about trying to fuck with you. Oh shit. Oh.
This is not quite the lesson you had hoped to teach her about making friends, but maybe with her fierce loyalty and possessive streak spread out between you and Bronya, Lanera can be a little more low-key about being a friend to you both.
Well.
The determined look in her eyes and the ominous glint of her glasses don't scream low-key, but change doesn't always happen overnight. And you believe in second chances. You believe that Lanera will be capable of healthy friendship someday.
Yay, we got a good ending. That works. We also got a Yandere following us, but we got a good ending too.
Well, it's not my first yandere, so, you know.
Yeah, it's true. Alright, let's go for Malikud.
Though I suppose it's my first yandere this year.
That's true. And maybe you're pushing your luck at this point. A reasonable person would just hit up one of their many, many new friends and find a place to crash. Yeah, please, yeah. But the night is young, so to speak, and you have a good feeling about this particular desolate structured road. You're just wondering where you should hide out for the day when a long car pulls up next to you next to you on the street. Blah. You hunch your shoulders and keep walking, hoping there's just here for the scenery. Well, probably not. But you're literally the scenery here. So when the back door opens and two trolls lumber toward you, you can't say you're surprised. You are a little surprised when they each grab a hold of one of your arms and drag you into the car. Up until now, you found trolls to be surprisingly chatty. You weren't expecting the assault and ask questions later approach. The car takes off before you have time to catch your breath. You'll never catch that breath. It blocks behind you now. It's loose. And here you are without your breath, face to face with a troll who's leaning back on his bench seat. Just straight chillin'. The dome light glints off his blue eyes. And What someone less hip think you might describe as way too many piercings. He has them in his ears, nose, and eyebrows. He even has a couple in his hoard. His hair is shaved and a dairy undercut. His teeth are sharp.
Hey.
Good save.
Can we acknowledge that his character design is based on Hiveswap before we move on?
Kind of, yeah. I guess, I don't know what the right answer is. I guess, hey. Mm-hmm. Do you know what the right answer is? Because I don't.
Well, this guy thinks he's really cool. Not that he is, but he thinks he is. So possibly hey yourself, asshole, is actually a better answer to establish yourself as a fellow cool guy.
Alright, let's click that.
Oh damn. Some of your newfound self-confidence just bubbled out of you like it spit up from an infant. This is gonna go bad fast. But instead of immediately murdering you, he looks you up and down, checking you out in all your ragged glory. He smiles slow and lazy. It does things to your guts. Friendship things. His smile stretches wider, going slightly lopsided from his piercings. He looks like he likes what he sees, even if what he sees is you being a rude bitch.
Well. Fair. Oh wait, we switched off. I just realized we swapped narrations. Oh well.
Fair. I did just get my boys to drag you off the street. I guess how that equals a little not chill.
Also, thank you for following. I'm Minnie Mustard. Like, thanks for the follow. Like, that's really nice. But like, thank you for following us.
We love all our fans, but not personally because we don't know them personally, except possibly some of them. We don't know them personally except for those we do.
Yeah.
Sorry about all that. I'm Malik.
Malik doesn't look too sorry, but you're distracted by one of his boys, who's looking at you for a familiar pair of eyes hidden behind a fall of dark bangs. Oh shit, it's Diamond. Hey, I was wondering if you remembered me. Remember, you doubt you'll ever forget.
Even with extensive therapy.
We did it at the same time.
You.
Aww.
Yeah, sorry about the cloak and laser bullshit. Just couldn't let anybody else get their fronds on you first. You know.
Wow, he was looking for you, like, specifically?
For sure, dude. I've been following you. That's slightly creepy.
Yeah? Really? You feel like you would have noticed someone like him. He doesn't exactly blend in. Malik holds up his palm husk with the Chitter app open. You recognize your own profile. Your follower count has gone up significantly since the last time you checked.
Right. So, everyone equals going on about their Chitter account, or going on about this new Chitter account, Alien Invasion of One. Figure it equals a publicity stunt or imperial propaganda. Uninteresting. Not worth my time. But then I start thinking, what if it's not? Why does he use semicolons instead of periods? If this equals genuinely an invasion, how the hell have they survived this long? Well, it's not really an invasion, because if it were, they'd have been killed a long time ago.
Yeah, that's true.
The drones should have obliterated a Colbot son of a bitch like you right away, or Colbait son of a bitch like you right away.
That's literally what I said.
But is this the sausage guy?
Yes, this is the Sewer hot dog guy. This is sewer hot dog guy, yes.
That is deeply unwholesome.
It is.
I mean, regular hot dogs are already pretty unwholesome, but this is just a different level.
It really is. Read.
They should have taken your hornless head off parages ago. They haven't. Why? Equals what I keep asking myself. Then I figured out how you must be doing it.
Without meaning to, you lead toward him. Have you finally found some who understands and someone who understands and appreciates just how terrific you are at friendship maneuvers? Who really gets your area of study?
You're a robot.
Oh, this guy's a fucking Mr. Robot reference, isn't he? I'm calling it now. I'm calling it.
I haven't watched Mr. Robot.
Like, he looks like the main character from that, and he's just giving me those vibes, you know? I mean, just, I don't know, I'm getting those vibes. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe he's not, but I'm just getting vibes.
I just realized that your there really should have had an apostrophe, and it didn't.
Yeah, that's also true. That's also very true.
That might just be his quirk. But in this game, I'm not giving him the benefit of the doubt. If it looks like a typo, I'm going to assume that it's a fucking typo in this game.
I mean, with these people, yeah. Oh, god damn it. Not even close, but he's so obviously and avidly interested in you that, well, you tell a tiny fib.
Hell yeah.
Well.
I have no idea how the main character in Mr. Robot talks, so I might be giving him completely the wrong voice.
Hey, this is kinda crazy. I didn't know you were a robot. Wild. I guess it makes sense, though. You did have a sixth sense for meat and where to find it. I don't even want to say anything about that. Alec looks intrigued.
A meat tracker. That equals interesting.
No, I don't want to. No, sewer meat, not good. Like that was not wholesome. Sure, you hope he doesn't try to test that functionality. You doubt you'll have another meat miracle in you, but all he does is keep giving you piercing looks in between texting furiously. Then he snaps a photo of you. Oh no, he's not going to post that on Shitter #robot. You can't be a hashtag. Everyone will know you're lying and blow up your cover, not to mix your mentions.
Don't worry about that. Social media gives me hives. Well, you're a troll. You live in a hive.
That's true.
I have a Gorgle alert set for certain combinations of words.
After Zebra's place, you're kind of expecting another lavish palace, but when you get out of the car, you see that Malik isn't indigo, he's cerulean. Like Elward and Remley, and that one girl who kept boys in cages, yep. Also, you're starting to think people's hives have more to do with taste than caste. Amnesia had a homely little art studio, and Tagora had all those vases and shit. Yeah, I did not like Tagora's hive very much. Before he leads you inside the apartment building, Malik turns to Damon, and the other low blood, and keeps messing around to his palm husk again.
Nice job, guys. I'm rerouting a Scythian drone shipment as we speak. Treyoff, I'm sending you those DVDs you wanted. They'll be at your hive when you arrive.
The bronze blood ruffian bows to Malik. He looks a little uncomfortable and pats him awkwardly in the arm.
And Yemen, I'll send your shit to, the shrub you live in?
Thanks, man.
You know, my offer still stands. I got a couple extra coops if you get sick of living rough. Wait, so he had the option of living with somebody and having meat that didn't come from a sewer.
Okay. Okay then. I don't even know what to say to that. I don't even know what to say. Thanks, but I can't be tied down. Do you want to get cold? Because this is how it happens on Alternia. he's kind of
Yeah, if
stupid.
you don't. I mean, that's assuming he doesn't die of, like, foodborne illness before that.
That's true. Nice to see you again. You have a good point with that, actually. You and
You and
Malik
Malik
ride
ride
the
the
elevator all the way to the top of the hive stem, and he leads you into a surprisingly tasteful off apartment. Yeah, this isn't bad. Yeah, I didn't like Diamond is not very smart. I'm sorry. He's just not like he's nice, but he's not smart. He's kind of an idiot. I mean, am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. Come on, my shit's upstairs.
Isn't the whole apartment his shit?
Yeah, technically. Let's go upstairs, though.
He brings you up to a higher level that has a raccoon shoved against one wall and a couch shoved against another, but they're both afterthoughts to just an ungodly amount of computer shit. Right when you got here, you probably wouldn't have been able to tell that's what it was, but now you're used to Alternia's weird bug tech. Squishy and organic and almost certainly alive, at least in the way that plants are alive, though a couple wires in there are almost definitely slithering. Malik sits down in front of one of his screens and wakes it with a single swipe of his claws. He gestures you lazily into one of several office chairs. It squeaks as you sit down and sinks a little under your weight. Blah. He proceeds to ignore you as he slides a little pair of thin fern glasses onto his nose, typing a list of commands into a text block. Then he pushes himself across to another screen with an alert flashing in one corner. You know what this is all adding up to. What is it all adding up to? He's an IT guy, yeah, obviously.
No, I prefer to be called... Oh. Shit.
Huh?
I have this joke idea where someone calls me a hacker and I say... I prefer the term information specialist. But now that equals ruined.
Oh shit, hacker was totally your next guess. You can do it again.
Nah, moment's gone. No worries.
So he's a hacker? That's pretty cool and subversive. You wonder if he's part of Tizia's secret anti-government movement. You almost ask, then stop yourself at the last second. Whatever Tizia's anarchist leanings are, you aren't going to blab them to this rando cerulean. As much as you love to meet new friends, you really aren't about to throw one under the scuttle buggy for no reason. That's actually a good move.
Yeah, not a lot of blues get down with this sort of thing. Gold bloods are better with tech. They got that living battery noise, you know? You know how it goes.
All the gold bloods you've met have been, well, Azasha did have that one scouter thing. Cuprum hacked a phone? Or something? Whatever. It was a while ago. Zebedee mostly just liked fanfic. Zebedee was also kind of an asshole.
Interesting. You'd think they would have programmed you with cultural stereotypes.
Oh, huh? Oh, right. You're a robot. You wonder how a robot is supposed to act. You sit up straighter and think about circuit boards. Malik messes around some more with his computer and frowns. Then he frowns some more. Then he reaches down and picks up one of the thick purple wires from the mess on the ground. He pauses. Apparently he isn't sure where to stick it. He glances down and you cross your legs before he can pull your dress up and start searching for external ports. Because nope, not happening, dude. Yeah, this is not Chobits.
I haven't even watched Chobits, and I get that joke.
Yeah.
You don't have any network connections, so you've got to use an Ethernet. Don't be lame.
You aren't trying to be lame, you just don't want things in orifices. Eventually you compromise and let him stick it under your armpit like you're a baby having your temperature taken. You watch him tap away to scream, marveling at the ludicrous choices you've made in your life. They have led you to control sticking a wire under your armpit because he can't find your Wi-Fi signal. You sit there as his brow furrows further and his frown gets more pronounced. His annoyance bounces him out of his laid-back, cool guy attitude. A blinking purple light flashes on his piercings.
Fuck. Maybe my tech isn't compatible.
One of the wires is coming towards you, and for a second you think you finally found a piece of technology that's actually alive. But then you see a little flicker of movement at the end of it, and you realize it's a white snake with beady, intelligent eyes. Ah, a Lucis.
Don't be scared. He won't hurt you. He's just checking everything out.
Of course not. Why would you be afraid of a giant snake winding up your legs? Everybody's really about your legs. You need to get a pair of pits. Is a snake checking you out for artificial parts? Are snakes particularly sensitive to technology because they're long?
Weird. This equals a radical situation. I have no idea what to make of you, dude.
Ugh, you feel like such a dickhead. Can you really continue to live this lie? I'm gonna save. I'm gonna say I'm not a robot. This might get us a bad ending, but tired of keeping up this facade. Do you think that's a good option?
I mean, we've only been pretending to be a robot for 5 minutes, and, frankly, far be it from Slappy to be honest when he could win people's affection, but you know what? This game is irrational, so whatever the fuck you want.
You brace yourself. In your experience, dealing with fallout of your deceptions is never pleasant. You expect him to fur you out or at least get a snake to the face. Instead, Malik just sags back into his desk chair, which settles in with a depressed little squeal. He takes his glasses off and drops them onto his desk, palming at his eyes. It strikes you how exhausted he looks. He thought his dark smudges were eyeliner, but they might be eyeliner in despair. You wonder if now is the time to start apologizing. You're getting really good at apologies.
It's chill. I was the one who grabbed you off the street. You were probably scared of what I'd do to you if you weren't what I'd hoped you were.
Well, more like you were worried about the friend opportunity that would swirl down the drain, but yeah, okay. You were also a little scared, you still are. It's a total body-encompassing ambient fear that is always buzzing in the background of everything you do in Alternia. So subliminal that sometimes you wonder if it's the total opposite, the complete absence of fear.
That's deep, man. In retrospect, it's pretty fucking stupid to assume a robot is going to solve my problems.
Very true. In your limited experience, mo robots, mo problems.
Yeah, it was just something new, you know? Something I haven't tried yet.
What is it exactly he's trying so hard to do? He seems to be pretty well off. Well off with his hacking drones and shit like that? Malik laughs.
Yeah,
Well,
hacking drones. That's all bullshit.
As Lucius curls around his ankle affectionately, he gives him a little nudge. His palm husk rings and he pulls it out of his pocket, just looks at it for a couple seconds.
I can't deal with this right now. Come on.
He heads down to the lower floor, waiting at the bottom of the steps to see if you're following. You are a bit nervously. You're having a hard time reading Malik. Maybe it's all the piercings. It gets worse when he calls the elevator and then stands back.
After you.
You expect swinging blades to come at you, but they don't. You expect Malik to attack, but he doesn't. He just slumps moodily back against the elevator wall and closes his eyes. His palm husk rings again and his jaw tenses. The elevator goes past the lobby, then it goes past the basement and the sub-basement. Fuck. What's the sub of a sub-basement?
Dude, what?
The sub-basement is just a square dungeon-like space, damp trickling down the walls. Your stomach crumples and your heart bounces into your throat. Oh no, is this Malik's cerulean murder dungeon? A phantom pain presses against your ribs and arm. Okay, because Arjada had one. But Malik just leads you through a gap in the wall that you initially took for a shadow. It opens into a tunnel with rough stone walls and dirt-covered floors. It's clearly man-made, or troll-made. The air grows damper and the sound of rushing water gets closer and closer. You emerge from the tunnel and find yourself on the bank of a wide underground river. Malik sits down at the edge of the overlook.
Sit down. Sorry, this equal's not comfortable as the loft.
Oh man, Malik brought you to a special place.
I don't know if I'd call it special, but it's a place I come to a lot.
You sit down next to him. You get how this could be pretty zen. Just watching the dark water flow by, the walls glow with an eerie bioluminescence, digging craters underneath Malik's tired eyes.
Also,
He pulls his phone out and shows you the screen.
no husk signal in this place equals only place I can really unplug. Kinda relaxing, you know?
Oh yeah, you imagine the demands of being an informant specialist could really put a dent in your chill.
Yeah.
You sit down there with a rock digging into your ass and allow yourself to appreciate just how deep this gesture of trust really is. Even after you lied to him, he wants to tell you his life story. Fuck, you love love stories. Well, you ask him exactly what he wants with your not-existent robot laurels. He said something about reprogramming drones, didn't he? Could he be part of the resistance?
What? Oh, you mean all that low blood right stuff? Nah.
Well,
What is even the point? That's a great way to get cold.
but he helped Diamond and the other little guy.
Yeah, but they're cool, and I was paying them for services rendered. Roughing you up.
He nudges you with his elbow.
So far, all I've been able to do equals reroute delivery drones. Just some weak sauce shit like that. That is a pretty pathetic way to fuck up the system.
You aren't sure you get what he's about. Why care about fucking up the system if you don't want revolution?
I guess I wouldn't mind revolution. Alternia is alright, well, for me it's alright, not for everybody. I'm not so fucking myopic to think that I don't have it better than a lot of trolls. And I'm not one of those bulge biters who wanks off about the sanctity of blood and how low bloods deserve what they get.
Well,
They don't. It blows. I don't blame them for feeling bad or whatever. I just gotta worry about myself. That's all I got the energy for.
well, he does seem to be doing pretty okay, like he has a sweet that sweep pad.
Right, yeah. For half a sweep, maybe. Then it equals all gone. Everything I've worked for, and I'm up in motherfucking space.
Right, the Space War sounds like a huge drag.
Yeah, dude.
He tosses a rock into the dark water below.
But that is equals the plan, right? If I own the drones, I own the whole system. I own the heiress.
Not really, because the giant eldritch thing, you know. But other than that, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if not for the part where you can just be psychically killed by Klob at any time. I didn't pronounce that correctly.
But other than that, yeah. Well, it's assuming that she
They'd
actually
all,
wants to kill him, but yeah.
they'd all be playing my game with my rules. That's also assuming that somebody more competent doesn't just murder him. Just because you control the drones doesn't mean you're not killable.
That's true. His eyes glint in the semi-darkness, and so does a little hint of fang when he smiles. His piercings light up like tiny points of fire. You tell him that sure sounds like revolution talk to you, also possibly villain talk. He grins like you're flattering him.
Right, but I'm sweeps away from that, and other hackers won't. I mean, I work alone. I'm not a fucking psionic. I can't use mind honey. It won't kill me the way it would a Rusty, but I definitely get the run. And I don't have sweeps. I have months. Maybe periges.
You ask him if he thinks things are going to be really bad for him up there in space.
Like I said, not a psychic, so no one is gonna turn me into a battery. They'll make me a fucking soldier, or a spy.
What about his hacker skills?
Oh yeah, check out all my illegal activities. Please give me a good assignment. Hell no.
Yeah, he couldn't really put that on his resume.
If I was a high blood, I could get away with it, probably. Or they might think it was cute if I was a low blood. But mid-caste equals like, no way. Fuck, there's gotta be something.
He pulls out his palm husk and starts frantically tapping away. Wait, you thought he didn't have any signal down here?
Yeah, but I got a Wi-Fi hotspot. What am I, some kind of fucking Luddite?
He gestures to one of his earrings. You aren't sure if he means his jewelry is a Wi-Fi hotspot or if it's a troll gesture for you were an idiot. Hey buddy, you said you were going to unplug. That's important to your mental health, isn't it? Getting off the internet once in a while. You can't really speak for yourself since you've only very recently become an internet celeb. Malik waves you away. You make a grab for his palm husk. You aren't honestly sure why. Maybe you're trying to be flirty or playful or some shit, because everybody knows there's nothing more flirty and playful than stealing people's stuff. Bitches love that. You manage to snatch it away, but your floppy fingers fumble and you lose your grip. Malik's phone sails over the edge of the bank and into the dark waters below. That splash is the sound of your doom. Malik stares at the water, then he stares at you. His mouth moves soundlessly.
You threw my tech in the water.
Malik puts his hand on your shoulder. Somehow, against all possible odds, he's still gonna be chill. Wow, what a guy. You hit the water before you know what's happening. It isn't freezing, but it sure as hell isn't balmy either. The current grabs you and tugs you under. Your knees and elbows scrape rocks and your dress tangles around your legs and makes it hard to kick back towards the surface. The water is so dark you don't even know where the surface is. Just when you're making peace with the fact that your grave is going to be a watery one, something grabs you from behind and hauls you upward. You gasp down air, choking in more water than anything else. Two strong hands push you back up onto the bank, then begin smacking you on the back. You don't think it'll help you cough up any water, but you do think it's going to bruise.
My bad, dude. That was reflex. You threw my shit in the water, so I threw yours. Are you okay?
You hack up one more gasp of water and give Malik a thumbs up. He's as wet as you are, hair slicked back off his forehead. It makes his eyes look huge and possibly blue. He jumped in to save your clumsy ass. His shirt is gone, and hey, now you know the location of two more of his piercings. You apologize for grabbing his phone. In retrospect, you should have not tried to be cute at the edge of the river.
Yeah, you don't have to try. I mean... Fuck.
Malik flushes.
Right. Now you just look like a drowned squawk beast? Squeak beast? Squeak beast. Squeak beast. Sorry, I fucked up your rumpus robe. I'll lend you something.
Cool, you're kind of over this dress anyway.
Hey,
Malik twists his claws together.
you weren't gonna tell people what I said earlier. I'm not afraid to go off planet. I just... You know.
This time you do know. You tell him his secret is safe with him, and if you find any actual robots in your travel, you'll send them his way.
Thanks. Here.
He helps you to your feet. Damn, it's cold down here.
I'll get you something when we get back upstairs, as long as you don't mind wearing my sign.
You can't think of anything you'd like more, honestly. Oh, I guess this is where we get the hoodie that we have in, Past Request, so this explains it. Like, I guess this is Malik's hoodie, so I guess we aren't going to have this horribly trashed in some way. Alright, well, it was pretty good, it was fun. So, please tune in again on, Wednesday. We're going to be doing more, Among Us. We're also going to be doing more Friendsim. Please check out our coffee if you can. Could really use the support there. And thank you guys for watching. Sorry. This is Team Demon Kitty out.